Hey everyone, and welcome to Review Time. I'm your host, Icelip, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Combiner Wars Cyclonus. And first things right off the bat, I love this figure. This figure is definitely Cyclonus. Now, a lot of people, well, I hear a lot of people, not even a lot of people. Some people might have a problem with the fact that he is very boxy at the ends here. And to be honest with you, I mean, it's a little bit thicker than the G1 figure was, but the G1 figure was fairly boxy when it came to the end. So, yeah, I have no problems with that. I don't have a problem with him being a folded-up robot on the underside because I don't normally turn him over to this side unless he's a robot. So, from this angle, he's pretty good. From this angle, he's pretty good. One thing I don't like are these little wings at the end. Cyclonus does not have wings. The original Cyclonus and the generation toys that we got before, they don't have little wings sticking out the back. He's a spaceship thing. He doesn't need all that. He doesn't need stabilizers in the back. He's flying through space. This works. So that looks great. It looks amazing. It's got landing tackle, whatever landing gear. He also comes with a gun, if I can remember where I did it. Oh, here we go. A big long gun came with Silverbolt because this guy is a remold of Silverbolt, which plugs under here and looks equally as stupid as it did on Silverbolt. So we're not gonna add the gun. And with the remolds, you really can't tell from the top. You can't really tell that these were the same figure. You really can't. From the bottom, on the other hand, though, you can see that, yes, indeed, they at one point were the same figure. But they've done a really nice job with Cyclonus, so it's down here. Make sure you are focused where you're supposed to be. So, yeah, he turns from a spaceship into a robot. Alrighty, so transformation. Transformation, you want to take the little wing things out. I mean, I guess you can leave them on if you want to, but you're going to end up having to pull them out anyway. So you're going to take this, you're going to fold down the little tail wings. Go ahead and flip this over, plug that in, get that out of the way. You're going to go ahead and come over this way. And you're going to go ahead and unpeg or untab the wings from the four arms. And you can leave them out like this if you want to during robot mode. You can put them like that, or if you want to, you can fold them all the way back. We'll fold them all the way back just for the moment, just so I can get the arms out. So the arms are pretty much self-explanatory. You just pull them out, they're already there. Take the legs, and you're going to pull them out from here. They tab underneath inside the plane of the body, or the body of the plane. Sorry. Rotate these like so. Rotate like so. You're going to go ahead and flip the feet out and then flip the heel, not heel spur, heel out. Do the same thing here. Foot, heel, and then fold these little panels back over to help cover up the openings in the back, and you are halfway done. So then you move your camera up a little bit, and you try to make sure that when you do move it up, we're gonna make sure that it doesn't tip over. So as you can see, there's a big open spot with Cyclonus' head right there. That open spot always stays there, by the way. Just go ahead and push down there, click it into place, and then rotate that all the way over. And then adjust your wings accordingly, however you see fit. And there you have your Cyclonus. And I like him. I don't love him, but I like him. Honestly, I think his head is too small for his body. It's too squat. The points should be higher. I'm not a big fan of this piece here. that's protruding up, but it is in the comic books, but again, his horns are longer, so it offsets that. I'm not a huge fan of his face, but I'll be honest, that is definitely accurate to how the cartoon looked a lot of times. So yeah, so I really can't gripe about that. It just I don't know, I can't explain it. And then you can take these bits, and if you want, you can plug them right there, or if you want, you can keep them in his hands, like maybe on the bottom, sort of like you can use them as blades, you know, underslung blades, sort of like, I think Riddick in the Chronicles of Riddick used to use his knife like this, underslung. And of course, plug that in here and then make sure that this is all focused. Are you all focused? No, you're not, because you're focusing on that wall behind it. You can take his gun, or are you gun? There we go. And of course, you can plug the gun. Oh, actually, you're supposed to separate it. And this gun is the exact same gun that came with Silverbolt. And it's a shame that at least they could have done was colored it gold or something. I can't hear you. I don't know what you're saying. And then you can take, sorry, that's my nephew. And then you can take this part and put it as a shield. There are pictures of him with it as a shield. I guess if you put the hand up like this and do. In a little bit, let me finish these reviews up and then I'll come in and play Halo 3 with y'all. Alright, now close the door before bugs get in. But then, sorry about that. So yeah, if you turn his hand sideways, you can have a front-facing shield, and the card that comes with him has a front-facing shield. So yeah, so you have a gun and a shield, and the gun is way too long. The shield looks silly. I don't really like them, but hey, they are there. And let me bring in Silverbolt to show off the similarities. Here we go. Let's get his arms down some. So, oops. Yeah, there are a lot of similarities. The legs are, at least from the front, exactly the same. Woohoo! Don't fall down. The arms are actually, it's hard to see it because of the sun, but if you look, you can see they're molded exactly the same. The torsos are molded the same from here and here down, but whereas you see that the horns are poking out, that's where things get different. See, there are no horns poking out there. The chest here is completely changed, and even the way you transform them when you transform them into their other molds, whereas with Cyclonus you just pop the head back. Whoops! You just pop the head back. With Silverbolt, you pull this whole section forward, and then you flip the head around, and it tucks underneath. So there's a difference. And whoops! Oh, we might as well just leave the head in like this. Now when we turn it around to the side and get him standing properly, you can see even more of the differences. You can see the differences in the way the legs are molded. We turn around to the back. Again, everything is molded differently from the back. The only parts that are exactly the same are the front of the legs, the feet. Let's see. The inside of the legs look like they're the same. The thighs, the arms are molded exactly the same, and everything below the breastplate is exactly the same. It's just different colors. So now we've done that, let's go ahead and get Cyclonus into Galvatronus mode. And originally I didn't like the name Galvatronus, and I didn't like that Cyclonus turned into Galvatron until I thought about it, and I'm like, well, Galvatronus is basically, like, I was thinking Galvatronus as in like Megatronus, you know, but no, you take Galvatron and Cyclonus and you fuse them together like a fusion, and you know how you would get Vegito or Gogeta? Well, you fuse these two together and you get Galvatronus, Galvatron Cyclonus. So anyway, yeah, you take the arms, you put them straight up, you fold the fist back like this, and you can leave these little things in at the sides. You're going to take the legs and split them. If you've got the wings out, go ahead and fold them straight back because you don't need them. You can leave them out if you want to later on, but it'll just be easy to transform if you just do as I just told you. So you're going to take the feet, we're going to take the back of the legs, flip that panel open, flip the feet closed together, and make sure that everything is focused. Okay, it is. And then you're going to go ahead and take the thigh and the knee, put it straight up, and then collapse this in, and this will plug in. I don't know if you can see, there's a slot under there. Can you see the slot under there? Can we get this thing to be straight? Okay. You see this slot here? There's another slot right underneath in there. I don't know if it's showing because it's a shadow, but you're going to take this peg here and slot it in there, so go ahead and do that. You're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Flip that panel, flip this over, flip this up, and if you have Combiner Wars Silverbolt, you already know this transformation is the exact same transformation. Nothing has changed, with the exception of possibly having to peg these in if you don't already have it. But everything else is exactly the same. You're going to come over here, and you're going to pull this out, flip this little piece up. You're going to plug this piece here into a slot there, and then you're going to open these pieces up and bring them over just like you did with Silverbolt, and you're going to close it, and there you have Galvatronus's body. So the head sculpt is nice. It's not quite Galvatron enough for me. I think the crown needs to be bigger, because when I look at it, all I see right now is Cybertron Starscream. To be honest with you, even this here bit looks like a cockpit split in half. So if you look at it just the right way, but this bit's here and this bit here, this definitely looks very Galvatron-ish. So we're going to put them to the side for a minute, and we're going to bring in Superion's body. There you can see that their torso modes are very similar. These parts are exactly the same, just a different color. Even the leg bits that fold over into forming the chest, the transformation is the same. The way the head plugs into the back is the same. Even this little bit that flips up is pretty much the same as this little bit here that flips up to cover up the hole that would be there otherwise. Only real difference is, if you wanted to, you could turn that head around and have Cyclonus peeking out the bottom of Galvatronus. And of course the head sculpts are different. The sculpting itself is for the most part different. And also, a side note, in case you hadn't noticed, you see the gold here. See how there's orange, which Hasbro thinks is gold. I spray painted these, in case you hadn't watched the video already. So a lot of the orange bits are gold on this, because they were gold on the original Superion. And yeah, I don't really like the mustard orange, but that's aside from the point. They even have, if you wanted to, you could take this out and plug it into the hole there, and you can both have, you know, little wing stabilizers or whatever. So now I'm going to have to rearrange things just a little bit so that I can do a proper combined mode. We're going to go ahead and take the aerial bot limbs, and we're just going to add them on. Excuse me. In case you're wondering, when you get the box, you're going to see Autobots and Decepticons used to make Galvatronus combined mode. The reason for that is apparently Cyclonus can use mind control to take whatever limbs he wants to from any other bot he wants to and turn them into limbs, and not only use them against their will, but also siphon off their power. So you've got a bit of mind wipe, Dr. Mindbender going on there with this. So that's a pretty slick way to get around a lot of stuff, but you know, I can accept that. I can accept that if I can accept that Galvatron and Cyclonus are merged into one being. Alright, so let me grab my aerial bots, and I'm going to have to go off to the side because I had to switch to my other tripod, and this is going to get very, very, very taut. So I have to switch to my other tripod and move stuff back. So let's go ahead and get the limbs situated. Which one are you? Okay, you're on that side. Okay. You are on that side. You are on this side, and let's go ahead and make sure you're taping. Oh, yes, you are. Okay. So we'll form the legs first. It's always smart to get your bot together and stabilize it. And you'll notice I have the purple Perfect Effects set on. And let's see, we're gonna have to move him back some because he is just way too tall now. You can see my background and stuff, but oh well. Make sure you flip the two little doohickeys. And now, since I'm doing this, I can't do a Superion, what do you call it? Comparison, just because, well, I've got all of Superion's limbs, well, most of them, on Galvatronus. So, here we go. And if you're wondering why his fingers are like this, it's because I had him in a pose on my table where he was ordering, where it looked like he was ordering Menasor to take out Defensor, which is the next review I'm going to do is Defensor. But yeah, let's see, what do we look like? What do we look like? And there we have Galvatronus in his giant bot mode, and he looks pretty good. I like him. What I don't like is this crappy gun they gave him. The least they could have done was colored it the color of Galvatron's plasma cannon. You know, some orange, some gold, yellow, something. But it's just molded gray plastic, and it looks like that. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to end up spray painting it and transforming him so that this guy is an arm, because this guy has a peg on the underside where you can attach this as a arm-mounted fusion cannon, or not fusion, plasma cannon. But yeah, he looks splendiferous, especially with the purple hands and feet going on there. I like him. I really, I didn't think I was gonna like him this much, but I figured I was gonna kind of like him. Even with the aerial bots attached, you know, he looks splendiferous, if I can use that word. He looks really good, and you can pose him, especially because he's got Superion's, what do you call it, limbs. You can get them to to lock into place better than if you're using, I don't know, well, since he's got Superion's legs or whatever, he just locks into place better. He makes a better looking robot, like than say like Menasor. Menasor looks okay as long as you keep him standing straight. Once you try to pose him, then he starts falling apart because he's too heavy for his joints and stuff. But when it comes to Galvatronus, he is really, really good. Really, really good. I really can't complain, with the exception of that gun there. I really cannot. I honestly, even though Cyclonus' head is a little too small, no, even with that, I can't really complain. He just looks awesome. So, that's all I got to say about Combiner Wars. Whoops. I was going to say Cyclonus Tron. Galvatronus and Cyclonus, they're really good. They're really good. I really, really, really like them. And I'm very happy with my purchase. So, yeah, I'm Islip, and I got it at BBTS. In case you were wondering where I got it, I got him and Hotspot together for $49 at BBTS. So that works out to be about what you would pay if you bought both of them at retail. If you looked at them for $24.90 something, yeah. But anyway, I'm Islip. Love this figure. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.